If you were to sum it up in one word, your process, what would the word be?
If I was going to sum it up in one word, it would be finding. I find these portraits and these landscapes. I'm searching for them. I'm not necessarily creating them. I just kind of put my autopilot on and I roam around. Some of them I've known of, but others I just sort of get out there and eventually I find them. In many towns, there's a place that the youth can go to and where they won't be bothered. And the Sump is one of those places. The Sump is sort of this lost place, this lost area in New Hyde Park. It's a bit of a legend, but every high school student knows it very well. It's a party spot, it's a place to get into trouble, and it's a place without laws and rules. All along the Sump is wildlife, there's trees, there's water, but it's riddled with graffiti and cans and bottles and syringes and all these other nasty elements. So the Sump is my personal favorite in the show. It's got a lot of contrast, a lot of literal contrast between the environment and man. This piece is called Pergament. This is in Mineola, and what's fascinating about this piece is that although economy is thriving around this building and parking lot, this fossil remains where it is. It's been there, this pergament has been here for years, and it's just overrun and not taken care of, because it has sort of a Mad Max feel to it. One of the things I like about this image is its composition. It's what I call a tricture, which is sort of a triptych but with photos. And I kind of coined the phrase. I don't think anybody else really likes the term, but I use it anyway because it's descriptive.
Okay.
And pergament, its composition is kind of reoccurs in a couple of my images, where you have two industrial objects and they both take place in the first and last image, Babylon. This is one of my favorites in the show. It is in Babylon, and it's behind a strip mall. And this image I had taken on a Sunday. Like many of my images, I try to take them when there's little activity, little or no activity. And this one's really great. This is particularly my favorite because I'm in that area occasionally, and every time I check it out, that graffiti is painted over, and there's a new set of graffiti there. And what's great about this is you see a lot of evidence of the inhabitants of this area. You could probably make assumptions about these people based on their graffiti. If you get up there and you read some of them, it's not all tags and graph. Seems like a lot of kids with a spray paint can sort of decide to write whatever they want to on the wall, and a lot of it is vile, and I think it's kind of a reflection of them. This one is also another example of man versus nature, and you can see that with the trees and the turning of the trees. This was shot in fall 2008. Rusty Home is one of my other favorite images. It's an individual image, and it's a little untypical of me in that sense. But what I like about it and how it's related to my work is that it's this abandoned, lost, and you get a really unknown sort of feel to it. And it seems like it's in between worlds, and it really draws out some emotion, and to me that emotion is blank, and I think that's what I see reoccurring.
Could you talk about the series that you're currently working on?
The one I'm currently working on, I have a series that I've been working on for a while, but it's really starting to come to front, is called Cart. And it's in these areas that I explore and find there's often shopping carts that have been there for 10, 20 years, and you could really see the wear and tear on them and what they've been used for. And there's sort of a reflection or something about them that I really like, and as if they're a person, like they've just been crapped on and thrown away, used, lost. My last showing was a series that I did called Full Service.
Okay.
This was a show of 17 images. What I had done was I had gone to gas stations all around Long Island, and I tried to photograph some of the guys behind the counter. I would ask them, I would go in. I would say about a third of every gas station I went into would actually let me take an image. For various reasons, I was often met with anger, or they were scared, or it was very interesting just to go out and do this series. For me, the whole series was about all this advertising, all these cigarette brands, and you see a lot of them over and over again, a lot of Marlboro and a lot of Cool, and you see where they put their product, and all this is trying to catch your attention, but the individual and the human, to me, shines through, and he does not get lost.
Well, John, what would you want people to take away from, your work?
I would like people to leave knowing that this notion that art is proof that there's more. Art's an anomaly. It's not just a pretty image. That there's more behind it and the reasonings for it. I think that art is often confused with people who just enjoy the process of creating, and people who just enjoy having their egos fanned. And I'm sure anybody has been to a bunch of shows and left and thought, wow, that was awful. I can't believe I went to that and looked at that, and they received nothing out of it. There's more concept behind art than people know about, and I'd love to bring that to front and really show the people.
Thank you very much, and I'm sure everyone will enjoy the images that you were able to provide for us at the African American Museum. Thank you, John.